Striker Scorpion 82 is now sponsored by Warhammer Combat Cards, a card battle game featuring your favourite Citadel miniatures from the 40k universe. Free to download and play, link is in the video description below or on the channel homepage, and by using the unique link it helps support the channel. Thanks and enjoy the game. Right, welcome to another episode of Warhammer 40,000. It's 1,000 points, 1,000 Suns versus Red Scorpions, Primaris, Space Marines. Alright, so welcome to this 1,000 points game. It's 1,000 Suns versus Red Scorpions. Should already be a game on the Plus channel. We've played a game already. This will be the second battle at 1,000 points. If you want to see another scenario here involving these two armies, then check out the Plus channel, subscribe to that, and then you'll be able to see that video and unlock all the other content on the website as well. We're going to play a 1,000 point game here. I've been playing a lot of 2,000 points battles, but you can have just as much fun playing the smaller games. And 1,000 points is a really good size for a battle. We've played a couple of games over on the Plus channel at that size and very much enjoyed the battles. So we're going for 1,000 points here, very fitting for the 1,000 Suns to play at 1,000 points. Debuting the new Codex here as well, so a chance to try that out against the Space Marines here. So learning curve for the 1,000 Suns and for the Red Scorpions as well. That army's been expanded, you'll see it in a moment. Tom KOYO has his own large collection of Red Scorpions, but I have an army too that's expanding in size thanks to some work by Siege Studios. We'll see that in just a moment. We'll take a look at the 1,000 Suns here. So just before I run through the list, to mention the patrons at gold level. So they get a name shouted out at the start of all of our battle reports. Andrew Swan, Chris Heim, Frank Fafecki, Jordan Russell, Justin Burton, Longbow BB, Luke Schwengel, Marcus Anthony, Maxfield Knuckles, Michael Fryer, Nathan Skrzuti, Nicholas Lucas, Patrick Nielsen, Paul Cook, Peter Almo, Ray Cross, Tyler Summers, Will Wright, Dylan Moore and Samuel Penanuri. So big thanks to them for their support at gold level. I'll call out all those supporting at silver level at the end of the game, and you can check out the end credits of the video. That'll give you the names of all the supporters, including those supporting at bronze. And all the gold level patrons get patronic dice to use at some point during the battle as well. So with the 1,000 Suns, with the new Codex, I think there's strength in the psychic powers, similar to how I usually play them, burying psychers in amongst a shield of other units. So that's the way I'm going to try and play them here. So running a patrol, Cult of Time, that gives me access to the Time Flux psychic power, and also the Hourglass of Manat relic, which I'll give to the Demon Prince. HQ choice is taking 2. So Exalted Sorcerer down here. Beaker is his nickname, just the one with the beak. And no further upgrades for him. 2 psychic powers, Zinch's Firestorm and Presage being taken for him. Then the Warlord is the Demon Prince with 1 Malefic Talon, and then I've paid the points to give him the Demonic Sword as well. We'll say that's represented by this big stinging tail at the back, but it's a nasty weapon being given to him. Wings being granted to him as well. Warlord trait is Otherworldly Presence. Now, it's a 3+ invuln save once per game with that. Relic being taken is the Hourglass of Banat. At the end of a phase, when he's destroyed, he's guaranteed to resurrect with D3 wounds remaining. Baleful Devolution and Swelled by the Warp are the 2 psychic powers being taken by him. Troops choices, unit of 5 Rubric Marines. I can put a Soul Reaper cannon in the squad, so I've paid the points for that. Weaver of Fates is a psychic power for the Aspiring Sorcerer, and he's taken a stave. Then 2 other troops choices. It's Cultists, 2 units of 10, all equipped with auto pistols and close combat weapons. Then on to Elites is the Terminators, a squad of 5. No further upgrades for them, just the Kapesh Power Swords, and then the Combi Bolters, Stave on the Aspiring Sorcerer, and Doombolt is the psychic power for him. And then finally 2 Mauler Fiends. I'm still going to run them with the Lasher Tendrils. I may make the switch to the Magma Cutters, we'll see, but for now I'm going to run Lasher Tendrils on those. That's the list here for the Thousand Suns. For Cabal Ritual, I get 8 points, 3 for the Demon Prince, 3 for the Exalted Sorcerer, and 1 for each of these units with the Aspiring Sorcerers in as well, as long as those units stay alive. So that's the list here for the Thousand Suns. Big experiment for them as they go to war against the Primaris Space Marines. We'll take a look now and see what the Red Scorpions have in their list. Alright, so 1,000 points of Red Scorpions. The army's half done, pretty much. So I had shelved these for a while. Tom has his own excellent collection of these, but I've managed to make progress with these. Siege Studios are going to take up some of the painting for these to help this army make progress. It's halfway there. There is a list for them on the Plus channel. You can see the full list and leave your own comments and feedback and suggestions for that over on the website. But 1,000 points here. So it's an experiment for them as well. I'm going to run them as Imperial Fists, taking a patrol detachment. So bolt weapons, which there is a lot in this army. 6s will pop extra hits, ignoring light cover as well. And then on turn 1, strength 7 weapons or more is +1 damage to their firepower. I think it's for heavy weapons. So HQ choices is the captain in Gravis Army. It's Captain Diotrephes. Good to see him back leading the Red Scorpions here. Imperium's Sword, Warlord trait being added to him. Armor Indomitus, Relic being taken by him. And then spare points here, so I've made him Chapter Master here for this force as well. Taking 1 Lieutenant with Mastercrafted Power Sword. 2 units of 5 Intercessors with auto bolt rifles for them, no further upgrades. Then a full unit of 6. Now these have been painted up by Siege Studios. You can see them during the game and see the work that's been done, but they've done a good job at matching in with the rest of the army that I have. Check out the link below for Siege Studios for your own painting commission work, but they've done an excellent job here. And the level that these have been painted at is bronze, just to give you an idea of the quality you can expect at that level. 6 of them being taken, auto bolt storm gauntlets, and then the Fragstorm grenade launchers being paid for as well. Also taking an apothecary, just here, selfless healer, warlord trait, and master as apothecary, or chief apothecary being taken by him. So it makes it more reliable. It's a guaranteed 3 wounds to be restored, and then the selfless healer warlord trait as well. And then finally a Redemptor Dreadnought being taken with the plasma loadout for him. So that's the list here for the Red Scorpions. Tom Covey will take command. Very experienced running Primaris Space Marines, and he has his own Red Scorpion army. So fitting to see him run this list here. An experimentation for both sides here as both armies develop, and then debuting this brand new codex for the Thousand Suns Chaos Space Marines. We'll go on to scenario and deployment now for this battle. Alright, so we have a scenario here. It's called Forward Push from the Grand Tournament 2021 book. Incursion size game here. So deployment zones are looking like this. We're rotating around and playing across in this direction. So 1 deployment zone marked here by the yellow dice, and then across the other side the orange dice marking the deployment zone across there. There's 4 objectives in this game. They're sort of staggered as you go up the table. There's one just here in this deployment zone. They're going across this one here in No Man's Land. Then a bit further back, there's one across there in No Man's Land, and then the home objective across the other side. You can see it there between the building and the ruin. For primary objectives, the control of one objective is worth 5 points at the start of the command phase. 2 or more is worth another 5 points, and if you control more than the opponent, it's worth another 5 points on top of that. There is some rules here. Quick march, any advanced rolls less than a 3 count as 3 on turn 1. It's just a small rule there, and then there is a unique secondary here, forward push. So 1 unit from your army, I reckon it's pretty much any unit can do this, can start to perform this action at the start of your movement phase. If it's within range of objective marker you control, so you've got to previously clear and hold the objective, then at the start of your movement phase, on the next turn you can start to perform the action. You get a number of victory points depending on the objective. So if the player is at this end, if they hold this one, they'll get a point. That one, 2 points. They're moving up the board, 3 points for that one. And then the enemy objective across there will be worth 4 points. So a big incentive to push forwards and gain victory points for securing objectives that are deeper within enemy territory and in no man's land. So that's the scenario. It's good to play some different scenarios here at these different points level games. What we'll do now is we'll determine who goes at what end, and then we'll also pick secondaries here for this mission as well. Both sides will pick 3. Okay, so roll-off's been made. 1000 Suns won the roll-off. They're going here at this end, marked by the yellow dice, and then Tom's at the other end with the red scorpions. Secondaries have been chosen as well. So Tom's gone for Oath of Moment, the natural choice for the Space Marines. We've taken the unique one for this scenario, so both of us taken forward push, and then Tom's gone for retrieve Octarius data. 1000 Suns have taken that as well, so both of us running that secondary, both of us taken forward push, and then we've also gone for engage in all fronts as well with the 1000 Suns. That secondary is chosen. We'll start alternating placing units on the board. Right, just to mention the battle mat and terrain that we're using in this game. So the battle mat is by gamemat.eu. Rolls out nice and flat here, and then simply put the terrain on top, and then some stones and scatter added just to blend the whole thing in. A lot of the terrain that we're using in this game is from them as well. So this large ruins set, the Gothic ruins set, is available from them as well. So you can check out gamemat.eu for your supplies of battle mats in all shapes and sizes and designs, and then also pre-painted terrain sets available from them as well. Links in the video description below. Alright, so deployment complete here. So 1000 Suns making use of the terrain. This is a line of sight blocking terrain, big building in the middle. AdMech terrain here, it's Munitorum containers. We'll play that. This is the edge of the board here, but there's a little bit of terrain that can be used. Munitorum containers for that one. Across the other side, another line of sight blocking light cover area terrain there as well. So double Mauler Fiend just making use of this terrain, getting ready to move out. Dim Prince just slightly back behind them. Ribbon Marines on the left hand side, and Beaker has joined them with Psyker, just being shielded behind that screen. Then we have a unit of cultists on this flank, just getting ready to sweep round and to take this objective. And then in reserve we have the Terminators, and then also paid a CP to put one of the cultist units into reserve as well. So that's deployment done for the 1000 Suns. And then for the Space Marines, as intercessors here, on this right hand side, Dreadnought just tucked at the back, Aggressors in the middle, the 3 characters with them, so the Lieutenant Apothecary, Chief Apothecary, and then the Chapter Master, Captain Dartrophes, and then the other squad of intercessors on the left hand side behind this terrain. So that's deployment done here for both sides. So deployment's done. It's the calm before the storm here. Roll up to see who goes first. It's after me, isn't it? I'm Chaos Scum. We've got a 2. It's very beatable, unless you roll a 1. Okay, 1000 Suns will go first here. So we'll go on to turn 1. It will be the Forces of Chaos that make the first move. Okay, so movement done for the Thousand Suns here on their first turn. Moved out slightly across here and then retrieve Octarius data with these, just doing their job. Cheap unit here for holding objectives and performing actions for that secondary. And then splitting here with the Maul of Fiends. I can't hang around, we've got to push forwards. So this unit, this one here's advanced onto this objective. This one is advanced onto this objective. We command rerolled. He rolled a 1 and then we re-rolled it and got a 6 for him just to claim that objective. And then I rolled a 3, so 15-inch move here from the Demon Prince, just tucking in behind the Maul of Fiend. And then a regular move here with the Rubik Marines and then tucking behind them is Beaker, the Exalted Sorceress. Movement done. Thousand Suns pushing down both avenues here on this board. We're going to Psychic Phase for them next. Okay, so Psychic Phase here, we'll start with Beaker. I'm going to use 4 of my Carball points. We get 8. 3 for the Demon Prince, 3 for Beaker, and then 1 for each of the units. I may not actually, those Terminators are in reserve, so the unit may need to be on the table to get those points. I'll just have a double check here. Yeah, units have to be on the battlefield, so I actually get 7. I don't get 8. We'll get that when the Terminators arrive, but they need to be on the battlefield. We've got 7. Going to pay 4 points to give me plus 6 inches to my range. So we're going to turn Tzeentch's Firestorm into range 24, which will put them in range of the Intercessors. If it goes off, needing a 7. Okay, 10. Plus 1, 11. So it goes off. So it's going to be
5s.
It's going to be 5s, yeah, with the new rules, the tweak to Tzeentch's Firestorm. If it's 9 or more, then it's 9 dice needing 5s for mortal wounds. And we cause 3.
And I've got my apothecary there.
Yeah, 6 plus feel no pain.
Nope, failed them all.
Okay, so model slain and a mortal wound taken. We'll go for the other power he's taken is Presage. So we'll put it onto these to give them plus 1 to their hit rolls. And that goes off on a 7, so they'll be on plus 1 for their shooting and close combat. We'll go here, just in case the Maul of Fiends contacted in close combat. I doubt it. We'll place Swelled by the Warp from the Demon Prince, goes off. So it's plus 2 strength and plus 1 attack on the Maul of Fiend. Okay, and that's Psychic Phase finished. There's nothing else really to do. So Psychic Phase comes to an end. A bit of shooting here. Rubik Marines with their firepower next. So it's just a Soul Reaper cannon. Here it's 5 shots now for this weapon. I need 2s because plus 1 to our hit rolls. And 3s to wound at strength 6. Okay, 3 make it through. Minus 3, so Tom will take 6s.
Nope.
Followed by 6s.
Nope.
No. Okay, ouch. Model slain and then another model slain as well. So don't roll a 6 for morale and then turn's going to come to an end. It's a 1. Okay, so they'll hold morale, no problem. Turns finished here, no charges to take place. Thousand Suns pushing out aggressively on both flanks. They are going to have to weather some firepower here from the Red Scorpions as we go into Tom's turn. We'll give you an update on score, see if any points have been picked up. Yes, no points picked up here. It's just the retrieve Octarius data being completed. Forward push, we can start to pick up points for that on the next turn. And we could have done it down here. But instead we did retrieve Octarius data and then engage in all fronts. Not yet. Here we've reached the halfway point of the board. We need to push deeper to start picking points up for that. So turn comes to an end here for the Thousand Suns. We'll go on to Tom's turn 1. The Red Scorpions, their first turn coming up next. So on Tom's turn, we'll show you his movement in just a moment here. This is a chance to practice with these two armies. Red Scorpions currently under development. There is an in-depth or a army development video for them on the Plus channel with a list. That's about half the list that you're seeing there. So a chance to practice with them. And then with the Thousand Suns here, the big change with the new codex coming along. A time now for adjustment for those new rules and changing and tweaking the list. As we push towards 2,000 points. But a good way to see how the new rules work is to play smaller games, and that's what we're doing here, just to get a flavour of how the new Thousand Suns work. We've just finished playing the first game, which is on the Plus channel. Can't give away the result, but it was quite eventful and a pretty good display of what the Thousand Suns can do. Different battle, different game this one. Just awaiting Tom's initial move with the Red Scorpions there across behind the other side of that building. Okay, movement done. Here you can see the Red Scorpions holding back for now. The problem is Thousand Suns thundering towards them, 2 Mauler Fiends, 1 on each flank. So Tom's going to rely on firepower here to clear the way before moving out. Rod's been performed
So these
here.
got foam rod, yeah.
Yeah, and then Tom's going to use stratagem to let them shoot. They've moved up to the top here, so Rod will be completed there. Then these have started and will finish the forward push. Secondary, that's worth a point here for this objective. Dreadnought's been blessed by Captain Dartrophes, rerolling all of his hit rolls and has moved out to here, so I think he's going to let loose some firepower in that direction. And then
In the command phase, I used adaptive strategy on the...
yeah, so that means all of the doctrines are in action here for the aggressors, and Apothecary and Lieutenant and Dartrophes just behind them here, so that this tough screening unit in front of those characters. That is movement done. Just lining up firepower here and trying to pick up points for secondaries is the aim at this stage. No panic with the Red Scorpions. We'll go on to the shooting phase next. Okay, aggressors. They're going to offload everything they have into the forward Mauler Fiend. Not the ideal target, but a ton of shots available from them. And they'll let loose at full strength. Tom's already lined his dice up here. It's an Imperial Fistful of dice.
That's not many 6s for that. But
Yeah, playing as Imperial Fists here, so ignoring light cover. And then 6s popping extra hits. Rerolling 1s for the captain. There you go, there's your 6s, another 3. So take away the misses and then add 5 more back in.
So, all of them?
Yep. 5s to win, strength 4, toughness 7.
This is where I want...
Oh, there's loads. There's a big cluster of them there. And a few more.
And
Wow.
rolling ones?
Yes, this is the lieutenant helping out. Which one more comes through?
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15 at -1.
Nice. Okay. 4s. I'm going to take wounds here. 3, 6, 7. 7 wounds taken. Could have been worse, but heavy damage coming through. Good shooting from the aggressors. Yeah, it's not over yet. Fragstorm grenade launchers.
10, 13, oh, what was that one? 13, 14, 20.
Can re-roll it, it's fine. 6. It's no problem at all. I think Tom's happy enough to let loose with a full volley from the aggressors. This is where they can be dangerous enough. 6s won't do anything here. Tom can re-roll his 1s. Wow. God. 5s to win. Now these are going to be AP -1 as well. This Mauler Fiend's going to go down here. This is very impressive stuff from the aggressors. 10. I've got a bad feeling about this. We're dead. Blown away by aggressors. Interesting. 6 to blow up. No, but target destroyed. That is a very good result. Good shooting. And now...
5 of the assault bombers.
yes, auto bolt rifles. 15 shots from the squad. This is going into the Demon Prince here. 3s.
Rolling ones.
Imperial Fists. Yeah, 3 more. 5s to wound. Tons of Dakar, using the right colour dice as well. And tons of wounds. Dice are on fire here. Out of range of the lieutenant, I think, with those.
8. Nope, I'm in.
Reroll 1s. There's 3 to reroll. It's 8 so far.
9.
9. We'll take... I think I get a 3-up regular armour save. We'll just double check. 4+ invuln save is available. Yeah, we'll take the 3-up armour save. But we have failed 3. 3 wounds taken, dropping down to 5 on the Demon Prince. Incredible amount of Dakar come through here, and it's rinsing through the Thousand Suns, breaking past the Mauler Fiend, destroying him, and then onto the character who's meant to be protected, but he's taken 3 wounds.
Fire again with them.
That's one of my favourites for the Imperial Fists, the ability to shoot twice. That's what Tom's going to do. It's only aggressors can't do that, can they?
I don't think so. I think it's intercessors.
Okay.
Otherwise, that would be.
that would
That would just be like what they were before.
Yes. 3s. There's a lot of 6s here. Some people have said don't take them as Imperial Fists, but it's looking good here.
So extra 5.
Another 5 on top. That's ridiculous. A humble unit of 5 intercessors churning out tons and tons of hits. Looking for 5s to wound.
Or they get to reroll.
1s is a couple. There's 4. Make that 5.
Oh, another.
Oh, 3 more wounds taken. Ouch. Oh, this is bad. Not good. Dropping down to 2. I thought he was safe there, but Tom's cut through very effectively with small arms firepower. Yeah, we're taking line of sight. He's safe from other units because this is line of sight blocking terrain, thankfully. So the Demon Prince will survive. We reckon.
I can hit him with my Redemptor, but it would mean using the high damage on him. And then you would just activate your 3-up info.
Yes.
So I'm not going to do that. I'll fire everything from the Redemptor into this one. Literally, yeah, everything it's got.
If you bring a second Mauler Fiend down, this is going to cause trouble here. Big trouble. So we'll go to patrons. Tom's going to roll up.
An Imperial player here, please.
There's a few. Nicholas Lucas is an Imperial player. Or Paul Cook.
Paul Cook did it well for me in the last game, so let's try that.
Paul Cook, number of shots.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Before the Emperor, well done. God. So, golden level patrons, do let us know if you want to declare your allegiance. But what we're saying now for golden level patrons is they can declare their allegiance to any particular factions. Then we know which dice to pick as we make important rolls. Paul Cook declared as Imperium, and he's helped Tom out the number of shots. Oh.
I am overcharging for this, but I'm re-rolling everything because I chapter mastered it.
Yep.
So I take a wound.
Uh-oh.
But yeah.
Tom will gladly take the wound here. This is serious trouble here for the Mauler Fiend. It's going to be 3s to wound. This is a very important roll.
I'm re-rolling once. And I'm going to use a CP.
No, okay.
So just a 3.
3 make it through. You're re-rolling ones because you're a core choice.
Yeah, and because of the lieutenant.
Yes.
I pretty much spent all my CP that turn to try and do as much damage as I could there.
No, well, it may well be worth it here. So 3 have made it through, and we're looking at 3 damage plus 1 for Imperial Fists on first turn. So we've got 5+ Invon saves here. These are very important rolls. I'm going to go for triple. I'm not going to muck about here. We're going to go for triple Patreon. Not really any Thousand Sons players. We'll go for Andrew Swan first of all. Yeah, oh no. We'll go for Frank Fafecki. 5+, no. And then we'll go for Michael Fryer. Someone, please help a stranded Thousand Sons player. Please? Yes! Okay, and then we'll command reroll Frank Fafecki's roll. Come on, Frank. Join us. Oh, he says no. 8 damage. Yeah.
All the other DAC are coming.
Oh no. Got to keep that Mauler Fiend alive.
So, 8 shots from the underslung. Or Gatling.
Yes.
That's all hit.
All hit. 5s to wound. Oh no, 4.
So those are -2.
You re-rolling ones?
Rerolling the ones. Yeah, so 4.
Good work from the Dreadnought. -2?
Yeah. -1 normally, and it's a heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
2 more wounds taken. Yeah, my Mauler Fiends are wrecked. Oh no, bad stuff. Okay.
And let me just check the range. I'm pretty sure Fragstorm's at 18. So I'm just going to check the Icarus.
Yes, it's the Icarus pod. Fragstorm grenade launcher to fire as well.
Icarus pod is 24. Fragstorm grenade's 18. So the Fragstorm's out of range, but the Icarus pod going for D3 shots. For 2.
2, yeah. 3 3s.
Hitting on 4s because you're not fly, I believe that's still a thing. Yeah, you're not aircraft, but still hits anyway. Wins on 4s. Oh, that was a bit aggressive. But that's a 5 and a 4.
Yes.
These are -2.
Oh no. I'm doomed. I'm dead. I've passed one but failed one.
Yeah, so it's 3 damage. Because it's 2 damage normally plus 1 because you're... because
yeah, okay. Double morphine destroyed. Doesn't blow up. Oof. Firepower from the Red Scorpions. For a 1000-point game, that's a little bit scary, that is. That is very, very good. So this game, chance to see what the Thousand Suns can do, but there's just as much emphasis on the Red Scorpions as we practice with them as the army builds up. It's good to see the army increasing in size, and they're proving to be most impressive here. Aggressor firepower with support from auto bolt rifles from the intercessors, and then impressive shooting from the dreadnought here with that damage for plasma weapon. Both Morlevines are gone.
2 single shots into these guys.
Are they performing in action?
Yes, they are. So no single shots there.
Okay. You're going to have to stop shooting, Tom. We'll finish it here, but that's been one of the most impressive bouts of shooting I've seen in quite a while. Good stuff from them. Points then, obviously no charges to take place. See if any points have been picked up here for the Red Scorpions on turn 1. Yeah, I didn't think a 1000-point game could be so brutal, but it has proved to be such in this fight. Points picked up then for Oath of Moment. Anything at all?
Yeah,
you destroyed something.
A monster, and I didn't fall back.
So that gets you 2 points. Tree Victorious has been fulfilled. Sorry, that goes there. And then forward push. Well, 1 point picked up for that, for the home objective. Okay, so 3 points to 0 at this stage. Very early stages of the game, and yeah, heavy damage coming through. What are the Thousand Suns to do? There are reserves to arrive. We need to come up with some kind of plan to put a dent quickly into this Red Scorpion's force. We're going to the second turn of the game for the Thousand Suns next. Alright, so movement complete here for the Thousand Suns on their second turn. We've just pushed on with the game here. Can't slink around at this stage. Tom will just end up pushing out here and causing us even more trouble. So we've gone aggressive. We've brought our reserves on as well, just to commit everything to the fight. 5 points picked up for Primaris. We were just too far away from that one to pick up points for that. So just the 5 points picked up for Primaris this turn. So these are sat where they are. They've now performed forward push on this objective, starting the turn in control of it, and then through to the end of our turn. So we'll pick up just 1 point for that home objective. They may as well. Just busy at the back doing their job. We've jumped out here, going to go potentially on a suicide charge here with the Dim Prince just with the 2 wounds left. He's jumped 12 forwards. As Tom to mention, by the way,
yes, I didn't have enough CP to pay for these to do the action and shoot, so because I shot, I couldn't do the action, so I lost my rod for that turn.
Right, okay. So we'll just cross that off, but we've kept all the other results from the shooting phase. Then as adjustment, I have to put these back because they come on this edge here, but Retrieve Octarius data, these have turned up here. These will help with engaging all fronts as well for the Thousand Suns. So 2 Retrieve Octarius data now performed in the game so far. That would be 4 victory points at the end of the battle. With these, there used to be a 5-inch move with the regular Rubik Marines, and then a 6-inch move with the Aspiring Sorcerer. But now with the new codex, they'll move 6 inches. So push them forwards, claiming this objective. Then just tucked behind is Beaker, the Psyker, getting ready to unleash his psychic powers. He's tapping into the terrain here, so you can see through the terrain onto the Red Scorpion's targets. And the Terminators have arrived just over 9 inches away from the aggressors. A chance to unleash some firepower at one target and maybe charge the aggressors if we can. 9-inch charge will get them in. Movement's done. We'll just move around to the other side of the board so you can get a view of the Thousand Suns attack. So there they are. There's the Terminators just in the cover there. Dim Prince moving forwards as well. And then the Thousand Suns on this flank pushing through also. So it kicks off quite quickly in a 1000 points game. It's a smaller board as well, so you have to get stuck in quite quickly. We're going to Psychic phase here. This could be an exhibition of what the Thousand Suns can do. Okay, we'll go with the Terminators. Doombolt, closest target is the Aggressors. So that's going to go off, and it's 3 mortal wounds. Tom has a feel no pain of 6+.
Yep, passed one, so still alive.
Okay, keeps the model alive, but 2 mortal wounds come through. We'll go for the Aspiring Sorcerer here from the Rubric Marines at Smite, in range of the aggressors. Goes off on a 10, +1 becomes an 11. That's D6 damage, in which case we will go for Patreons, Nathan Scrazuti, for the number of wounds. It is a 6.
1, 2, 3. Oh, let me just do
6+ feel no pain. That's a nasty blow there.
So I have to do this one at a time. So he's dead.
Right, so now I've got to choose another model.
And then
Put 3 onto the next one.
three or throw into that one. He's triple 1.
Triple 1.
And then 2 more.
2 more, yeah.
Taken.
2 wounds. Nasty stuff here. Psychic powers doing the damage. Okay, Dim Prince. We'll go for Swelled by the Warp on him next. That goes off. So that's going to give him +2 strength and an extra attack if he makes it in, if a charge goes ahead, depending on what damage comes through. We'll go for Smite now. We'll go into the aggressors. They're still the closest target. That will go off. D3 mortal wounds. I'll go Patronic again just to get a bit of help here. Maxfield Knuckles. Just the one. 6+ to ignore.
Nope.
Okay, another mortal wound caused, and that's enough to finish off another model. There's still 3 in that squad.
The third smite there, wasn't it?
Yes, that's come through. So now all that's left is Beaker. We'll go on to his psychic powers next. So Beaker, with the aggressors, I'll show you over the top here. That model that's in between the gap there, he's my gate of access to get to him with a charge. So I don't want him being removed from play. So what we'll do now is go for Zinch's Firestorm onto the Dreadnought instead. It is within 18-inch range here from Beaker. That's not going to go off on a 3. So we will command reroll and give it another go. That goes off on a 6. +1 becomes a 7. And Zinch's Firestorm is a 6 that's required, so that will go off. 9 dice need 6s here against the Dreadnought. I don't think we'll cause too much trouble. You never know. 1. Just the 1. Alright, it's dropping down to 11. Beaker has 1 power remaining here. So we'll use Presage here. We'll put it onto the Terminators to give them +1 to their hit rolls. If we can get it to go off. 5 +1 is 6, and Presage is a 7.
I really don't like the new name for it.
Presage.
It was Prescience before, isn't it? Presage just...
If I'm pronouncing it right.
Doesn't roll off the tongue as nicely.
Presage.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Presage.
Yeah.
Presage.
Presage.
Strange, I don't know why they changed it, but they did. So that doesn't go off. I'll just see if there's anything I can do here. Might be able to use Carbal points to push this result in the right direction. Yeah, it's Kindred Sorcerers, 5 points, 5 Carbal points, gives me +1. So I'm on 5 +1, 6, and then +1 from here is 7. So that power does go off. Yeah, so that's gone off. We are noticing a trend here at armies that have no psychers. A lot of armies don't have any, or just have 1 psyker. So 1000 Suns.
You've got 1, then that once again, your what's the new secondary you've got? Magnus.
Oh, Wrath of Magnus.
Yeah, if someone just turns up with 1 librarian and you've got an army full of, and you just need to score more mortal wounds than the 1 librarian. It's
no.
Instant
Points being picked up.
Points.
Yeah, no, it's brilliant. So I'm still a firm believer in taking maximum advantage of the psychic phase for the 1000 Suns. I think they are more potent now. The powers are easier to manifest, which is big, and there's all built-in stratagems. We've seen this Carbal help here as well.
4-size smites.
Yeah.
And flat 3 damage mortals. Yeah.
No, it's nastier stuff. So that's where the strength lies, and they're exhibiting some pretty effective damage here in the psychic phase. Psychic phase is finished. We're going to shooting phase here. A fair bit of firepower is available. So we'll start across here with these Rubric Marines. 3 bolters we've moved. Just get 3 shot from each of them. Soul Reaper Cannon though. 5 shots from that. And we're going to put those shots into the intercessors. There's 2 of them left. So Soul Reaper Cannon needs 3s. All its dusts we can move heavy weapons with no penalty here. So 3 hits. Rerolling 1s though for beacon nearby. All hit. 3s to wound. Yeah, oh, that's a shame. Okay, so yeah. God, hang on a second here. Shooting phase. Yeah, I'm going to command reroll one of these. 3+. Oh no, that was a waste. Just wanted to try and cause enough damage to try and wipe. 2-2. It's -3. 6s.
Nope.
Okay, so model slain. Just a sergeant left. And then 3 bolter shots. Rerolling 1s. We could still do it. Yes, 3 hits. 4s to wound. This is our chance. 2 6s and a 4. It's AP -2.
2 6 and a 4.
Yeah. Got him. Wipe out. That was the result we're looking for. Okay. So aggression seems to be paying off here for the Thousand Suns. Now the Terminators have just arrived. Plenty of shots available from them with their combi bolters. Okay. I was planning to fire upstairs with the Terminators. I'm going to fire into the Dreadnought instead. I've played the stratagem Infernal Fusillade. It gives you an extra shot. So their combi bolters getting 5 shots each. That's 25 shots. That's the weapon they're all equipped with. We're on +1 to the hit rolls. So we're looking for 2s for hits. We're saying just about in for the reroll 1s. There's 1s for beacon nearby. And he's helped get 5 hits out of 6. That's all the hits that have come for his loads. And then we're looking for 5s. This is the big roll. Looking for 5s and 6s. So there's a few. And there's a few more. Dreadnought's going to survive. Just a case of trying to chip off some wounds. I'd love to put it into a bracket, but I don't know if that's going to happen. 7 by looks of it here. -2. 5s are good.
Takes 5.
5 damage. Okay. Dropping down to 6 wounds left. Okay, so damage coming through. Put him into a bracket probably, but that vehicle will be potent enough for sure. So that Dreadnought's a vehicle to watch out for. So we're saying here, Tom's impressive firepower, but Thousand Suns have struck back here, causing trouble. The key now will be the charge phase to see if our units can make it into close combat. You can see the Terminators. If they make it in, there will be trouble. And the other option is the Demon Print. So we're going to go for our charges. We'll declare with the Terminators first, and then let Tom make up his mind if he wants to overwatch them or leave it, hoping that they fail the charge, and then force the Demon Prince to go in. Maybe try and gun him down. He only has 2 wounds left. So it's early stage of the game, but a critical point in this battle, which could decide the outcome of the entire game.
The problem is aggressive firepower against Thousand Suns is completely pointless.
Against the Terminators?
No, just against Thousand Suns is pointless because they get the +1.
All is dust.
Yeah. So even with my -1, like I'll -1, and you won't get the cover for being there, which will take you to 3s, but then your all is dust will take you back to 2s.
Back up to 2s, right. 3 wounds each. So it's...
And I'll be better to transhuman when you get in there, so I'm going to do that if you get in there.
Right, okay. Then it's just a case of charging with the Terminators. It's a 9. It's going to be a 9 for the charge to go ahead here. It's failed, so I'm going to have to use a command reroll. Oh boy, this is big. Tom's got his head in his hands. Oh, it's an 8. It's an 8. Thousand Suns get +1 to their charges. No, they don't. Charge hasn't gone ahead. By Groot's Whisker, that was close, but the charge will not go ahead. Do we charge in with the Demon Prince is the question. I think we have to try. So we will charge. And Tom's going to overwatch. Right, okay, so here it comes. Yeah, no, it's not set to defend. That's not allowed to fire overwatch. What Tom wants is hold steady. That gives him the 5+. So that's what he's going to use.
So 6s are extra.
Yes, so 5s and 6s, and then 6s.
Good.
Just searching for 2 wounds to go through to kill off this Demon Prince here. His charge is about a 7, so it's more likely to go ahead, but I've got no reroll.
Oh, that'll do.
What's that?
And reroll 1s. That's my wounds.
Oh no!
All a -1.
I've got to activate my 3+ invuln save here for otherworldly presence. I get to use that once per game, and it's a total of 7.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have to do these one at a time, Tom.
No, I've got more rockets. Grenades.
Fragstorm grenade launchers. Oh, I can't command reroll. Passed one. Fouled one. Oh, no. Yeah, he's dead. He's been brought down. Okay, so he dies. No charges will go ahead. The turn comes to an end. Then I'm going to resurrect exactly where I was with D3 wounds remaining. This is for the Hourglass of Manat relic being taken. I'm going to command reroll. Well, not command reroll. I'm going to take a Patreon here. There's no real chaos helpers here. I'll go for Marcus Anthony. He says resurrect on 2 wounds left. Okay, could have been worse. So Dim Prince, we'll keep him where he is. We'll keep the wound marker at 2. I'll take that off. And he resurrects exactly where he is. He's been slain. He's resurrected, but just with 2 wounds left. Tom should be able to finish him off quite easily. But 1000 Suns have gone aggressive. Charges haven't gone ahead though, and there is an aggressor unit 3 left. There'll be 4 of them next turn, as the Apothecary returns one of them to play. So plenty of potential left with the Space Marines for sure. If they can break the 1000 Suns here, it's a clear run to the backfield if they can do it. So, yeah, we'll go on to the second turn of the game. It's only turn 2 for the Space Marines. Yeah, these 1000-point games on a smaller board, a lot happens very quickly here, but we're seeing some action taking place at the very early stages of this game. And we could see a result very early on, depending on how Tom's counterattack manifests here in turn 2. Turn 2 for the Space Marines next. Alright, so on turn 2, Tom says he's going for the juggler here. He may as well just go for the all-out assault. I mean, you have to in these games. You can't. There's nowhere really to hide. And if you fall back, you just tactically lose out. So aggression is key. But I like it for 9th edition. Some of the editions, it was all gun line and charging at gun lines and being gunned down and just trying to wipe targets out. But here it's a lot more tactical play for 9th edition. And it forces you to play aggressively and to spread the army out and board control and so on. So the mechanics are good for 9th edition, and it's forcing players to come up with more exciting plans here. 1000 Suns pushing in aggressively. Tom knows he has to fight back hard here to drive the 1000 Suns back. Really the battle is across there. At the back here, Tom can clear this stuff very quickly indeed. So it's a case of just dealing with what the 1000 Suns have here with their elite infantry and that Demon Prince. Yeah, Tom says there's a plan here. We'll see how well it goes. So one aggressor has been restored with the Apothecary, and then all the units have pushed out here towards the 1000 Suns. Holding position here with these intercessors. The plan is to let loose of a volley with them into the Demon Prince to clear him out of the way. Apothecary just here, Lieutenant following up behind, Dartrophies to the left of the 4 aggressors. Dreadnought's moved down, it's damaged, it's gone a bit slow, but it's going to anchor this objective, let loose of firepower in whichever direction Tom wants to go. And then it's been blessed here with the Chapter Master ability, so it's going to re-roll all of its hit rolls. And re-rolling 1s to wound as well. Lieutenant in range of everybody to give them re-roll 1s to their wound rolls here, except the characters. Yeah. Okay, so movement done. No psychic shenanigans here.
Nope.
Daka firepower.
You've got the psychic shenanigans in the bag, I think. So we're going to start with these guys first, and I'm going to do all of their shots into the Demon Prince.
Okay.
And finish them off.
Here it comes.
6s would be nice.
But you see, don't you like that? 15 shots with 6s popping extra hits. It's pretty good for...
Yeah, it's good with...
a 5-man unit of intercessors, and you can kick out that kind of firepower. Oh, you're AP -1 now.
Yep.
Oh.
So...
Yeah, toughness 6. Lieutenant helping out, which he does 3 more. Look at that, that's ridiculous.
3, 6, 7, 8.
I'm going to die. Okay, so how many was that?
8, I believe.
4 up. He's a goner. He is a goner. Yeah, long since gone. God dear me, that was like a 7 odd wounds come through. Okay, so Demon Prince removed. About 5 wounds come through, but he's gone, clearing me off the objective. It's all focused now on the Terminators.
We're going to go with this one next. So I'm going to fire everything that he's got into the rubrics.
So the new list for the Red Scorpions, hoping to feature the Dreadnoughts quite heavily. Big fan of the model. It'd be a nice theme to have those running in this Red Scorpions list here. Just one of them, though, is a pretty solid choice. Being taken here at 1,000 points.
Going to go with Justin Burton because he's a Salamanders player, so counts as Imperium.
Yep.
For the amount of shots with the main gun. 3. I'm just going to stick with that.
Okay. And the target's the
Rubrics.
Rubric Marines, okay. And the rest of your firepower from the Redemptor? It's ploughing in. Everything's going into the Rubric Marines, okay.
So, is there any need to supercharge? No, so I'll just fire normally.
Next, damage 2.
Yeah, and I'm now hitting on 4s, re-rolling. Luckily. So that is 2.
Oh, you're older one. Oh, you didn't supercharge, you're fine.
Supercharge.
Yeah, fine.
2 to wound. So that's 2 and 1s for you.
Oh, so the low caliber is actually
damage.
Strength 8.
Yep, strength 8, 2 damage, minus 4 AP.
5 up in 1 save.
So 1 dead.
Pass 1. I can. Come on, reroll. No. Well, not command reroll, so I'll take damage. We'll lose a model, like so.
So 8 shots from the Gatling gun.
Yep. Chapter Master. We'll have to try and feature that upgrade in the final 2,000 points list here.
That's all of them. 3, 6, 7.
Okay,
So
so
7.
7 wounds have come through.
These are -1, so you ignore it because there's only 1 damage. So then you're on 3s.
Back up to 3s, yeah, for all his dust.
So
Oh,
2 and a half
terrible.
dead.
Oh, bad. Yeah, we'll just keep that result. 2 more slain and a wound on another. So models removed.
2 frag launchers for 8. 2, 4, 6, 8.
Trouble.
4s. Rerolling. 4s. Rerolling 1s. So just a 2.
2 come through.
These you'll have a 2-up save against the. No.
It's Fragstorm Grand Launcher.
Yeah.
It's -1. Your turn 2.
0 AP.
0. Okay. Pass. 2 5s.
The Icarus, D3 shots for 1. Hits.
Hits.
No. Does not wound.
Yeah. Okay.
So that is.
That's his firepower done.
He's got.
So we've got Lieutenant's got a shot as the Absolver bolt pistol from the Apothecary.
Yeah, you can't see through here. Lieutenant, has he got the 18-inch pistol?
No, just a regular one. Oh, we'll check to see what he has here. So everything is going to fire at him.
The aggressors are firing everything into him. Yeah.
Oh, Tom's going after Beaker. This is a pivotal moment here. So Beaker's in cover. He's within that terrain, so he'll get +1. Tom's on -1 anyway. So he'll drop to a 3+. Tons of shots coming through. But it's not a full squad, it's a squad of 4. So this is the Auto Bolt Storm Gauntlets. 6s will pop extra hits. Tom's re-rolling some 1s. He'll take away the 1s and 2s.
And put 2 back in.
Put 2 back in, yeah, it's all impressive stuff. Force to wind. Rerolling 1s for the Lieutenant. Oh, that's going to help. Oh, Baker's long gone. Yeah, you can rate the aggressors here. They're useful enough. This is when they're at their best.
15, 16.
Tons of DACA and then a chance to charge. You're getting double the usage out of them. So how many is that? 16?
16.
Well, there's 12. We'll take 3 ups. Need a miracle here. That's 6. So no matter what we do, we're dead. It's a 5-win model, so Beaker's gone. He's been destroyed. Now we're talking about being able to shoot at the target. So across there, I have no qualifying unit to give me lookout, sir. The rubric range is down to 2, so they don't count. Doesn't matter if they're the closest unit. Tom can still shoot through to him. Now, if there was 3 models there, even if Beaker was on the wrong side of them, because of them being closest, Tom wouldn't have been able to shoot, but there's no unit that's going to help me qualify for lookout, sir. So Beaker is out in the open as far as the lookout, sir, rule is concerned, and so Beaker is dead. He's gone. That is a deadly blow for the Thousand Suns. Whenever they start losing psychers, there is trouble. So the idea is to use the decent firepower from the aggressors and then to plunge into the Terminators and strike first in close combat. And that could break the Thousand Suns here.
Just going to fire the Absolver Bolt Pistol into these guys. So it's 1 hit, 1 wound. So this, you don't get your all as dust.
Because it's damage 2. Yep.
Yeah. And I ignore your, so it's down to a 3. Good.
Passed, okay.
And then I might as well fire Darktrophes' pistol.
Yes, it's Captain Darktrophes.
He means business. 2 extras.
Good. 3 force to wind.
4.
Then -1. And then +1.
No minus.
Okay, we'll take 2 ups. No wounds coming through. Terminators tough enough here. Okay, so the charge. Oh, I could try an Overwatch. Do you know what? It's probably worth it.
Okay.
I'll Overwatch here with these. Yeah, no, we'll let loose with a volley. So we might be able to do something. Depends on what we roll here. Looking for 6s. Lots of them. If we could bring down 1 aggressor, it could really help if we get 6s. No, we don't. And a wound comes through at -2.
Are they strength 5?
No, it doesn't.
No.
Yes, strength 4, toughness 5.
You just stopped your ability to interrupt if you had anything left.
Thank you, Tom.
But I still need to
It's all a learning curve. Yep, you never know. You could roll a.
No, they're in.
Here they go.
And Darktrophes.
Send him in as well on a double.
He
Double 6.
Business.
He does.
He means business.
And because I can't interrupt, he could even strike. Could strike first. Oh, ouch! This is going to hurt here. Terminators. They're going to be hit hard here by the aggressors and Captain Darktrophes, the angry Space Marine commander.
Well, we'll start with Captain Darktrophes, the angry Space Marine commander.
It's quite rare you see the Gravis captains. It's good to. I'm glad to see the model. It's one of the early Primaris models to come out, and regarded as perhaps a slower character, but you can stack him up pretty good with Warlord traits and relics.
So he gets 5 base.
Yeah.
+1 for Warlord trait, Imperium Sword, and +1 for charge.
Nice.
And we will go with the sword because it's still going to be.
Damage 2.
What's your toughness?
Toughness 4. You could double up on the fist.
Yeah, I might just go fists. I'll go fists because then it's 2s to wound.
3s then. Okay. 2s.
So yeah, 3.
Okay. 5+ in 1 save. Past 1. I'm going to command reroll one of those results here. Samuel Penanuri, just give me a 5+ to try and help keep the Terminators alive. No. Alright, so models slaying that wound comes through as well. So if we can, we'll try and keep the unit alive. There's 4 of them left. Now they're 3 wounds a time, which helps. As Tom's damage 2 with the aggressors. This is their attacks. Good job 6s don't help you in close combat. There's absolutely tons of them.
4s to hit.
God.
2s to wound.
2s to wound. Ouch. Lieutenant?
Rolling 1, possibly.
Could well be. There he is.
Yeah.
Right.
So all of them, I'm afraid.
That's pretty impressive. Which is how many? 10, 11?
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Yeah, just don't fail 8. You'll be fine.
Miracles can happen.
Sweetheart.
I'm alive, Tom.
You're alive.
I'm alive. He lives. Okay. I live. I'm alive. No, I'm happy with that. Yes. Morale. Morale's going to be an issue. I deserve to pass. Do I? No, not really. I'm going to fight back here. 3 attacks. We'll poke the aggressors here. Okay, so we get 2 hits. And we'll try and wound them on 3s. Double 6, he means business. -1. Ah, for the Imperium. Okay, so all damage blocked there with the aggressors. They are having a field day here. They're doing very, very well indeed, giving a good account of themselves. Good support from characters as well. Dark Trophies, Lieutenant helping out, the Apothecary boosting up their number as well. So this is one of the core units I hope to run for the Red Scorpions in their final list, and they are performing very, very well here. Decent firepower and happy enough to plunge into close combat as well. End of turn. Leadership, yeah. Okay. I'm going to go Patreon so I can blame someone else for this role. Yes, now there's Eldar players that usually roll quite low for Chaos. Jordan Russell is an Eldar player.
There we go.
There.
I told you.
Eldar. Eldar. What?
And which one was that for?
That was for him.
For the Terminator? Cool.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. Now we're going to these. I'll go Patreon again. Now where's an Eldar player? Justin Burton's an Eldar player. Yeah. Oh, ouch.
You might be alright.
5, 6, 7, 8. We're okay. Yeah. Right, thank you. That's fine. So you can stay where that wound is on him. Okay, so turn comes to an end. We haven't been wiped out here. We've got 3 models left.
Oh, you've got all your boys at the back.
The boys at the back, yeah, but they're not the best really, Tom. They haven't even got t-shirts on. So no, they're not dressed very well to take on aggressors here. They've got shields, yes, from Age of Sigmar. We'll go on to turn 3 next to the Thousand Suns. I'm not sure there's much that we can do, but we shall press on regardless here. We'll keep practicing with this army. Here we're going to turn 3 for the Thousand Suns. Yeah, we're on turn 3 here for the Thousand Suns, but we're just calculating points from last turn for Tom.
Killed a monster and didn't fall back.
Yes, this is oath of moment here.
I need to figure out where the centre of the table is.
I've marked it with the cat.
Oh, the cat?
That's the model there from Space Hulk.
So
that's your incentive to get to the middle of the table, oath of moment here.
So so the captain's within 6 of the middle.
Okay.
So then 2 points for that as well.
As well, so what's your total?
4 points total.
4 points total, that's fine. Forward push, nothing.
And I've got 2 points in the first round. So it's 4 points for that turn.
Oh.
Yeah.
So 6.
1 for not falling back, 1 for killing a monster, and 2 for being in the centre of the board.
Yeah, so there it is. Aggression once again pays off tactically. You get rewarded with points here for going aggressive. Both sides, worked for both sides. Thousand Suns aggression was pretty good last turn, and then Tom's counterattack being just as aggressive in return has paid off as well. So we'll go on to turn
3.
3, yeah, for the Thousand Suns it's similar to the last game. A lot happened on the first, second and third turn of the game, and we're seeing exactly the same thing here, but a completely different battle for sure. We'll go on to movement now for what's left of the Thousand Suns. Okay, so movement done on turn 3 here for the Thousand Suns. There's not much we can do here, but 10 points have been picked up for Primaris. The cultists doing their work at the back. And then we'll start to perform an action with them at the back there as well for a point. Here we've left the objective. We're going to push ahead in this direction. There's a slim chance we could maybe bring that thing down. And then here we're going to stay in close combat in defiance with the Terminator as well. We're going to psychic phase here for the Thousand Suns next. So perhaps a final display from them. We'll go for regular smite across here against the Dreadnought. I'm hoping for a super smite. And in fact, I might use Patreons just to help me out. Tom can choose, just someone who hasn't declared their allegiance. Need 2 dice.
Someone that hasn't declared their allegiance?
Yeah. Or give just choose one and then we'll roll 2 dice for them. They can, the whole roll.
Will Wright?
So I'll do 2 dice here for Will Wright. And here, just for this test. And he's got me a super smite. +1 is 11. Right, so now we'll stick with Will. I think it's only fair. And he can help me with the damage. Ah, yes.
There we go, it's a 6. Woo! There we go.
Yes, it is a 6! Okay, right.
You're nice and close, so we'll go with Tyler Summers for an explosion. No.
Dreadnought destroyed. Ha! We've lost the game, but that was brilliant. Moving on.
So that was half of your plan. So now we've just got the other.
Yeah. So then I'm going to go for. Oh boy. Okay. Right. Yes. We'll go for this. We'll go for a smite here with the lone Terminator. Let me think now. Hang on a second. Yeah. Yeah. Go on in. Okay. Let's pick someone else.
Who we got left? We'll go Longbow BB.
Yep.
World Eaters. World Eaters. 1000 Suns.
So I'm going to take 2 dice for him. So looking for a super smite with Longbow BB. Ah, close, you know. That's an 8.
You could use your last command reroll to get your super smite.
No, because I'm using that to manifest an extra power.
All right.
Yeah. Going to doom bolt you in the face.
All right.
So D3 damage. We'll stick with Longbow BB. Longbow BB for that one. So this is going to be 5 or 6 is
1
good.
Damage.
Oh,
I called it.
And you can ignore it on a 6 with the apothecary.
And I don't.
Okay. And then we'll go for Doom Bolt, which does go off. 3 mortal wounds. You can roll 6s.
Oh, yeah, good point. 3 mortals. No,
he is dead. Okay, so mortal slain. Yes, and you're right, the wound rolls over. So it's not too bad there, Psychic Phase. That was a nice parting gesture from the Thousand Suns. A warning, I think, for future games of the potential that they have. They used to have like a semi-smite now, but they get full-on regular smite now for the aspiring sorcerers.
Scary stuff.
Yeah, scary stuff. We'll go on to shooting phase. I've actually got some firepower available here. So I'll just put the Soul Reaper cannon into this apothecary. So 3s for hits. And 3s to wound. All of them at -3. That's pretty good. 6s to block. No, 4 wounds taken. Ouch. Does he get his own feel no pain? He does. He blocks none. Okay, so 4 wounds taken on him. Almost slain here. Thousand Suns just leaving their final mark here in this game. So charges next. Is probably worth trying to charge in with the Rubik Marines. We'll measure up here and see if any of these charges are possible. Okay, I'm going to go for a Peter Almo charge here. 2 dice, needing an 11. We're going after the Apothecary. And Lieutenant. We'll take them all on.
Yeah, you won't.
No, you won't. Charge fails. So Tom can fight back with the aggressors. 3 of them remain now. I knew you were going to do that. You're allowed to do it. Yeah, my charge is...
No, I'm not going to do that.
Oh.
Because I want to stay on the objective.
Okay. Yeah, it's a tight game, isn't it, Tom? So make sure
exactly.
The points come in. So aggressors here. Looking for 4s. Looking for 2s. Rerolling 1s for the lieutenant.
No,
Maybe. Yeah, because the model at the back was slain.
6.
6. Good 5+ invuln save. Past 1, 10 damage. And there's only on a wound left anyway. Okay, so that's the end of him. And that's it, and I reckon that's the end of the game here. So 1000 Suns have lost here. It's been a chance to see an exhibition of what they can do. Psychic Phase is scary enough. It always was for them, but it's just as potent, if not more. There's plenty of potential for them. Firepower's okay, but Tom's firepower dominated the battlefield here. It hurt the 1000 Suns in the early stage of the game, and they struggled to recover after that. We'll give you a final score here. We'll calculate points for the 1000 Suns at the end of their turn, and then the points that Tom would pick up if the game had have progressed onto the later turns. Yeah, as Tom's saying, I could carry on. I've got these assets at the back. They look impressive, but that's about it with these. They won't last at a moment here, and then they can't push that direction. All they can do is crowd around an objective and perhaps pick up a few more points. But that's it, and I've got 2 Rubric Marines at that end of the board, which Tom will deal with very quickly indeed. So we'll calculate points here and give you a final score. Yeah, 2 very different games here. One on the Plus channel was entirely different to this one. But we have a result here and points being picked up. So Red Scorpions here, we reckoned 2 lots of 15 points to come in on turn 4 and turn 5, so 40 points picked up for Primaris. Oath of Moment calculating out, total of 10 for this game for that. Forward Push, reckon Tom could complete that twice. 2 points across there for Dark Trophies, and then across here on the 5th turn, Tom would claim that one. So a total of 6 points. Quite tricky that one to pick up points, so it's hard to clear the way when the 2 armies are heading towards each other. And then 3 Retrieve Octarius Data, so 8 points for that one. So 65 points here for the Space Marines, the final score. Red Scorpions started off okay, that initial aggression, 5 points for Primaries, and then 10. What did I call them?
Red Scorpions.
Oh, sorry. 1000 Suns. 1000 Suns, so 20 points picked up for Primaries. Retrieve Octarius Data got us 4 points. We completed it at this end of the board twice on either table quarter, so 4 points picked up for that. Forward Push, we got 2 points for that in the end, and nothing for engage nor fronts. That proved difficult here with the narrower type board and the need to push right over into those far table quarters. Yeah, Tom talking about the Mauler Fiends, the loss of Warp Surge for them. It's still a power, but you can't use it on vehicles. So that means the Mauler Fiends.
Massive before, because it meant they had like a 30-something inch threat range.
No, or in a game like this, it would have been utterly ridiculous.
I went in straight away, and I wouldn't have got a chance to do anything that I did. 22 points, the final score for the 1000 Suns. 65 points, 22. 1000 Suns did okay. There's some promising signs here in this list. Both sides went aggressive in this game. It paid off here for the Space Marines. Their firepower was superior and struck first in close combat. That was the key part. Terminators didn't make their charge. Well, I spent all my CP turn 1 because I know what the Mauler Fiends can do. But this wasn't a justification of how strong I think 1000 Suns are. Now with the amount of mortal wounds they can kick out, it's scary.
No, scary stuff. So we'll continue to develop a list with them. The next stage for 1000 Suns would be an army development video on the Plus channel. That'll be for 2000 points. We'll assemble a list there, and then subscribers can leave their own comments and suggestions as the 1000 Suns army is revamped. But I think they're an army that has potential. They've shown how dangerous they can be in both of these games here. And if you want to see the result of the first game we played on the Plus channel, that video should be live right now. That's the game though. In this particular battle, Imperium has beaten the forces of Chaos. Looking forward to these two sides clashing again. It'd be good to see the Red Scorpions growing in size. More units are on the way from Siege Studios, which is good news. And for the 1000 Suns, we'll build a 2000 points list and see them in games soon in the future, all being well as well. But great game. Thanks for watching. Just mention the Patreons at silver level. That's Darren Gardner, Denny Wright, Peter Goodall, TC and Zachary Lee. Big thanks to them for their support at silver level. You can check out the end credits for all of those supporting the different levels for the Patreon page. Great game. Thanks for watching, and tune in next time. Yes, before you go, units of the game for both sides. I'm going to give it to the the Rubik Marines, for a small unit, their firepower is steady. And the Aspiring Sorcerer now pretty good for psychic powers coming from him. Tom's going to give it to the other unit that's in view here. It's the Aggressors. They absorbed their damage, kicked out tons of firepower, and only too happy to get stuck into close combat. That's one of the core units for this new Red Scorpions list, and they've given a good account of themselves in this game. That's units of the game for both sides. Thanks for watching, and tune in next time.